Hi, my name is Brendan Lim and I'm the founder of My Urban Creative, a company that helps creatives just like you create a sustainable career. Hi, I'm Brendan Lim and I'm one third of MFMF, the creators behind this song. And also this song. And here we are again, back with part 2. I'm so sorry it took so long to get here. CMCO kind of like derailed everything for us lah, so... Anyways, important point is we're back, and today I'm gonna pick up where we last left off from part 1. Part 1 talked about the economics of the streaming royalty game. We also talked about releasing music consistently if this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. Because more songs equates to more streams, which equates to more money. But if you've forgotten what we talked about in part 1, I would strongly suggest that you watch part 1 again. So in part 2, I would like to quickly touch on one looming question that hovers around your head when we talk about surviving off your streaming royalties. And that question is, how do I maintain the quality of my work if I have to put out so many songs in such a short period of time? Well, before I dive deep into this question, the common misconception about quality is the production quality. I think it's pretty much synonymous when people talk about quality, but I'm here to say that quality doesn't necessarily mean only production quality. Although I do agree that quality of the production is important, but I feel that the song itself should bear the same weightage. Oftentimes I hear people saying that, I need to get a proper recording, I don't have the money to record my song in its truest form. Yes, but I feel that sometimes, we tend to use that as crutches or things to hold us back. A lot of people, I guess, get a bit insecure about their work, and they try to latch onto things to find reasons to not put their work out. I do think that it has a lot to do with insecurities, because if your work never gets out there, then it will never be judged. And when it's not judged, you kind of like feel safe. I mean, of course, putting your work out there is like the most vulnerable thing ever, right? But then again, if you never put your work out, how would you know if it's good or bad? And creating art is about sharing, I mean, at least to me, right? And you want your message to be heard. So don't let all these things hold you back. Also, the other misconception is that a lot of people think that a properly recorded song will do better. And I think that's untrue. I've heard so many poorly recorded songs, but they do really well simply because the song is good, or the message is good, or the marketing or the wrapping around it, the whole campaign was good. I mean, take for example,
in the beginning.
Okay, I don't know how to pronounce the name lah, but we all know the song Coffee, right? Or Deathbed by Powerful. So if you go look at Coffee, the streams of Coffee is really, really high. And if you listen to the song, the original version, it sounds like as though she just recorded it off her phone using voice memo in a bedroom and just uploaded it. And that has millions of play. Versus that with, let's say, Katy Perry's Smile. That's a big budget song, you can tell that it's properly recorded in a professional studio, but the stream doesn't measure up to Coffee. So what does that tell us, right? Okay, so now let me address the question. How do I maintain the quality of my work if I need to produce so many songs in such a short period of time? Number 1 is you gotta keep the cost low. And how do you do that? You gotta learn how to do some things yourself. Basically, the more things you can do by yourself, the lesser the cost is. Constantly educate yourself and constantly upskill yourself, because that's gonna help you in the long run. But let's say you've tried, and you still can't get it, I really urge you to maybe look into your network of friends or friend of a friend who might be able to help you out. So identify what you're weak at and try to get collaborators on board. I think the important thing to remember here is that if you DIY something, don't expect it to be like of a professional grade item, because that's just unrealistic. If you're gonna hold your product to such a high standard, it's gonna be quite hard to get there, and you kind of will get demotivated on the way up. So take it as like, it's a stepping stone to get there. The second thing I want to touch on is you gotta keep your timeline managed. I was gonna say short, but I think manage is the right word. When you set timelines or milestones, you kinda are holding yourself accountable for your own fate. It ensures that your music gets out at a certain time. And the only way to grow and learn is really to just put out songs. So if no songs gets put out, you're not moving forward, you're not growing. So how do you set a timeline? I think first you need to list out everything that needs to be done when you're releasing a song. So I would say break it up into 3 parts, which is pre-production, the production, which is the recording of the song, and also a post-release of the song. Then you just like populate the bullet points there and sort of like organize it in a priority order. Always put the task that's the easiest and the most impactful at the top. You can use something like Trello for that. Trello is great because you can sort of like organize it by simply dragging and dropping. I kind of use that a lot personally and also with my team. In conclusion, it's not complicated to survive off your streaming royalties. I think you just gotta know how to play the game and really put in the work. So get ready to put in the work if you really want to make music a career. And don't be afraid of failures. I mean, if you don't make mistakes, how else are you going to learn? And if you don't learn, how are you going to improve? That's actually my company's mantra at MFMF. You know, people often ask us like, hey, you know, are you afraid that, you know, your next song that you produce will not be a hit single? We always reply them like, you know what, if it fails, it fails, you know, we learn and we improve and we try again. In the end of the day, we ain't got no time for self-pity and the bills gotta be paid, so we gotta make them hits. So those are some of my tips on how you can survive off your streaming royalties. I mean, I hope that helped. Again, this video is done in collaboration with CENDANA. If you like this video, just save the video so that you can watch it later or share it with a friend, you know, who you think it might help. And if you have any questions about what I covered, you know, feel free to drop your questions in the comment below and I'll try to address all of them. My name is Brendan Lim and I will catch you on the next one.